It's November 1942. The Wehrmacht have besieged Stalingrad since the summer, and soon a large Red Army counterattack will begin to break the siege. This is the slow, long beginning of the end of World War II. Nikolai and the men have crossed the Volga River and attached to a unit within the 62nd Army. Operation Uranus is about to launch and begin the encirclement of the Wehrmacht's 6th Army. We're to help support a localized attack in the city ruins on the west shore of the Volga River, sibling to the 39th Guards Rifle Division, and help drive the enemy out and relieve Junior Sergeant Pavlov, Lieutenant Afanasyev and his men of the 42nd Guards Regiment. They've been holding this strategic point for approximately 60 days. We'll be helping the 39th move in from the northwest to close the gap between us and the house, and then push into the city. Maxime has been singing their praises ever since he's read the propaganda leaflets and radio reports of their heroic defense of the house. Maxime's house, he says, staring off into the distance. Now, if you're like me, you're wondering why there's no snow around Pavlov's house in November 1942, especially after the harrowing 1941 record-breaking winter. Surprisingly, that's because the snow came late that year, plunging to record loads only once the 6th Army was surrounded. Today we're assisted by an assortment of units, the NKVD riflemen. That's a topic all on its own, but you'll be pleased to hear that they'll be fighting with us and not guarding our rear. The NKVD are effectively the Soviet Union's secret police. They handled intelligence and counterintelligence, sabotage and secured infrastructure. They also suppressed political opposition, conducted territory pacification, and were the main hand of the Great Purge. In many ways, they are the institutional grandfather of the KGB. As for their military capabilities, it's a mixed bag. It depends on where the men are drawn from. Owing to their high discipline and indoctrination, the surrender rate was incredibly low. Fun fact, Lyudmila Pavlichenko's father was in the NKVD. She's the famous sniper with 309 kills. You might know her as Lady Death. We're also joined by a few Marines who served as elite shock troops. The Wehrmacht call them the Black Devils as they wore dark clothes in the ruins, stubbornly refusing the khaki clothes of the Red Army. They are ferocious and highly trained in hand-to-hand combat, utilizing knives and bayonets with great effect. And because today we're fighting in the streets, or what's left of them, many of the men are armed with submachine guns. The commissars are armed with the PPD-40, a successor to the PPD-34 and 38. Made by Vasily Degtyaryov and adopted in 1940, the PPD-40 is a 7.62mm submachine gun with 800 to 1000 round fire rate and carries 71 rounds in a drum magazine, but only 9,000 were produced, and 90,000 when counting the PPD-34 and PPD-38, the vast majority of which after the Winter War in 1939. Why is that? The Soviets slept on submachine guns for the longest time until they saw how the Finnish wielded the Suomi KP-31 against their own soldiers, made by Aimo Lahti. The issue with the PPDs were that they were milled and not made of pressed steel, so production couldn't be scaled up to higher volumes, which served as the motivation for the PPSH 41. Georgy Spargan saw a gap in the market and designed a quick-to-produce and cost-effective alternative to the PPD-40. Formally adopted in late 1940, the PPSH 41 has basically the same specifications as the PPD, but was much easier to produce. It also has a 35-round clip variant. Owing to the mass production, the drum variants had an issue where drums weren't necessarily interchangeable with other PPSH 41 units. Sometimes the drum would fall out altogether. Because of this, the stick variant was favored. By the end of 1947, 6 million PPSH 41s were manufactured, making it quite prolific. And because it's Stalingrad, we're bringing the Ampulomet model 1941. This practical little anti-tank gun, and a weapon of last resort and desperation, was created by a group of engineers with a dark sense of humor at the Design Bureau of Plant No. 145. The plant was known for creating unconventional weaponry. This weapon fires 125mm glass ampules containing KS liquid, Soviet KS liquid, containing a deadly cocktail of phosphorus and sulfur that ignited spontaneously upon contact with the air. It was propelled by a separate black powder charge cartridge and was notoriously unsafe. If an ampule cracked on launch, loading, or in transport, well, I think you get the idea of how things can go terribly wrong. If it cracked during loading, and it did, it would engulf the operators and melt your guns. If the men were brave, they could make it fire 6 to 8 ampules per minute. It fired ampules up to 30 to 60 meters, and if the operators were really brave, they could overclock the black powder charge and launch at targets 250 to 500 meters away. But one can imagine how much more dangerous this is. Production stopped in early 1943 as better weapons were available, and probably nobody wanted to use it anymore. I understand this is a bit of a rule break, but the weapon is inconsequential and really here for interest, and we won't get this chance again. We'll also bring our medics, Adushka, Dennis and Luca on the Maxim, our detachment of 80 riflemen, and our grenadiers. We're coming in from the northwest, very close to the capture point, but unlike real life, Nikolai and the men need some space to fight, to avoid point-blank AI insta-kills. So we're going to go south into the streets and dig in, forcing the enemy through the narrow corridors and the alleyways and corners. We'll set up our AT crew here, and our DSHK and Maxim in 2 narrow viewpoints to fend off the first few waves of the attack. We'll send a second detachment further south to the fortified house and the trench network, and handle any waves coming in from the second capture point. Once the enemy has run out of steam, we'll move the detachment with support and move to Pavlov's house to free Lieutenant Afanasyev and Sergeant Pavlov. Then we'll make our way to the final capture point. So let's get going. It's just going to be a mess if we go for that point. We need open spaces. Let's try to get to the south. We'll go for the second point first. Team 1 can dig in here. 1. And set up along here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what that was. Something just exploded. Nikolai's going to help Team 2. Run down, 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 down. Okay, smoke grenade. Yeah. Grenade, please. Please, please, please. Thank you. Okay, another one. Okay, it's done. It's done. Oh, we've got a situation here. Stop. Yeah. Get down. Grenade. Team 2, do you have a medic? Yeah, good. These guys must move quickly. These guys moving. That's right, come this way. Nikolai, move. You got a grenade? Yes, you do. No, you don't. Oh, that nearly hit my anti-tanker. Guys, what's going on? You're Marines. You're getting taken up by tankmen. We got a situation here. Comes another tank. Guys, get up. Quickly, quickly. Okay, these guys must get up right now. Maxim, no, you cannot play here. Guys, get out of there. Stop. Maxim. Okay, we need anti-tank right now. And my other position is getting assaulted at the same time. Okay, here it is. Perfect. No, Maxime, come on now. Get down, Maxime. Anti-tank, get up. There we go. Pop it. Got it. Oh god, here comes another tank. Comes that KP3. No. Get down. Okay. This thing needs to move right now. Okay, that sorted it. It's fine. I'll take it. Kill these guys. Don't miss now. Okay, we'll keep the Dushka here around a corner at least. I don't think they're going to send any more, so it's a matter of just simply pushing the point. Maxime, you need to chill out and hide in a foxhole, please. Yeah, you can sit over here, away from danger. Take a chillaxed walk to the point. Let's get the Dushka to come along with us. Yeah, MGs, probably anti-tank guns. And that's where Lieutenant Afanasyev and Sergeant Pavlov are hiding out. There's Pavlov's house. Let's put a marker there. I don't want to get too close because there's an AT gun there. Its range is 150, 160 meters. There we go. That's good enough. Oh, anti-tank. And I don't have a sniper. It's not great. So this is going to be a bit painful. It might take a little bit longer than I anticipated. Okay, let's see what's happening with that AT gun. Where is it? There's MG. Oh, there it is. Okay. The best approach, yeah, would be from this side. The only reason I didn't go this way is because it's in a bit of a sump. We go around here, we have poor line of sight relative here. It's high ground. We need the Ampulomet and the Dushka up here. Let's just get the Dushka up here. And this is the Ampulomet. And this is how it works. Yeah. Not happy. Come on, reload. Move forward. Stop, get down. Get back. Smoke. Try to get that MG34 because they'll keep. Yep, there we go. That's what I'll switch this fire mode off because I need to save it for the AT gun, which is over there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Get back. It's such a crap weapon. 5-6 shots, nearly as bad as a mortar. Well, at least this was more interesting. Yep, I like it. Okay, it's better to go and move our guys in there with a grenade, really. I got it. Okay, point is ours. Let's go and get the last point. Yep. In the building. See, now in real life we would have shot that wall to pieces. Alright, team 2. Let's go. There we go. Likes to overshoot quite a bit. Let me drive. One left. He'll probably overshoot. Yeah. Waste of time. I'm gonna have to crawl there and use a grenade. Thank you. Beautiful. Great. We love to see it. Breakout success. The VPG MG42 takeout. Can you do it again? Let's see. Yes, you can. Good work. Who's that? Well done, Samael. Let's capture the point. And that's the mission done. I'll go and salvage, rearm, resupply, and scavenge weapons. We captured 3 KP3s, a 38T, and a Buck 4.7. The men have been resupplied with smoke grenades and ammunitions. Today went well for Stalingrad. We lost 3 Marines and 1 of our NKVD riflemen, and the Ampulomet team. The Red Army have the 6th Army trapped in a pocket, as the 2 pincers of Operation Uranus meet at Kalach-na-Danu, encircling the enemy. The attempt at a breakout was not approved by the Wehrmacht's biggest shareholder, which effectively sentenced a starving, freezing 6th Army to its death. On the 2nd of February 1943, the 6th Army surrendered. Of the roughly 240,000 stranded men in the encirclement, only 91,000 survived, of which only 5,000 survived internment. The 6th Army. The 6th Army. The 6th. There are places beyond the gates of hell that are worse than the front line. Where a guard is absent for years at a time. Places like Babi Yar, Ponyri, Bialystok, Kharkiv, Buchanan Forest. Part of a motivation for the series is for my own historical interest. I wanted to know about Soviet military history, with an emphasis on weaponry. In this excavation, I occasionally break into a cavern that is so labyrinthine that it gives me moral vertigo. I'm not equipped to handle this part of history, or what the 6th Army and the paramilitary elements did here. There are numerous reasons the Wehrmacht preferred surrendering to the Allies over the Soviets. One of them was fear of retribution, most certainly, or the artifacts of their deeds which would be uncovered in the aftermath. Places like Babi Yar, Ponyri, these are a few of the 2,000 pits that would eventually be unearthed. I will leave 2 gates open for you to follow through of your own curiosity. The film Come and See will set the stage, available on Mustfilm on YouTube for free. It had trouble releasing in the 80s because of its censorship. It's shot beautifully, but it's very, very dark. Think Stanley Kubrick does Schindler's List. And the second gate, the town of Babi Yar. See what that's all about. If you don't like dark history, then leave these for another time, or look for the TLDR. Thank you to the subscribers and those that have subscribed. I appreciate the comments. There are other things I wanted to mention, but they didn't fit well into the episode. There are no tips in today's episode. I didn't think it was appropriate in the aftermath. As a consolation, I'll move those planned tips into the next video. So there'll be 5 to 6 in the next one. Until next time, cheers.